Welcome to this early edition of False Nine on the Kendall Sports Network. I am Byron Garcia. I'm here with my boy Mark. How are you doing today?
I'm chilling, man. I'm doing good.
Awesome. Glad to hear that. It had last week we did a recorded show. There wasn't really much going on. This week we are here on a Thursday with Toronto visiting Inter Miami last night and a game coming up on Saturday. We faced Toronto. We'll go ahead and jump right into it. What did you see with the game against Toronto?
Well, first, we had to welcome back Matias Rojas to the squad. A little shift in the midfield with Diego Gomez going up to left the wing position. Matias Rojas playing as an 8 next to Bright and Redondo, being that Busquets was on a red card, so was unable to play.
On a dumb red card for dissent.
The referee just didn't. I don't know what he was doing. Whatever. I digress. But Campana gets to start. Gressel gets to start up top. Suarez is welcomed back. He's on the bench, as is Negri and the fellow and the others. But it was a slow start for Inter Miami here. Toronto really, possessed a lot, pinned us back, and we had a lot of trouble trying to get anything forward and trying to break any of their lines, especially the first line, and that's where we saw we missed Busquets the most. The ability to create, to play make out of the bag, to go forward. So it was very, very slow for Inter Miami to start that game.
Yeah, it was almost a snooze fest early in that match.
Yeah.
But like you said, sorely missed left foot, not the one from Messi, but the one from Matias Rojas. With Busquets out, Redondo, and I forget who
Yannick
the
Bright.
other Yannick Bright. I know that Kristoff got the start next to Aviles.
He did.
And then
Ian Frey on the right, and
yes,
Alba on the left.
Yes. And then of course the staple, Julian Gressel. Campana with a new look, decided to cut off his hair and go blonde.
Yep.
Some say it was in order to release the bad juju from the game before.
I mean, he's been in a goal drought for, trying to break that Inter Miami goal record. So anything that he can do to help that, I'm all for it. But like you said, it was a snooze fest.
He got close twice, though.
He did. But being the snooze fest it was, and we didn't really get anything from Matias Rojas going forward. We didn't get anything from Julian Gressel. Was not the balls weren't being served into anyone. There was no options, so it was very, very lackluster for Inter Miami to begin that game and that first half especially. And while Toronto was, possessing a good amount of the ball.
Yeah, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, just to verify, it was late in the first half when we got our first goal. Yes.
Yes. It was.
Yes, it was late in the first half. Redondo, Lord Jesus, he went and placed the ball on Diego Gomez's foot.
And Diego Gomez of last season doesn't bring that down comfortably into space where he can get a shot off. It wasn't maybe the cleanest of touches either, but he did well enough to keep it in front of him, to corral it, and to put it past Sean Johnson with power.
Yeah, definitely, with pace. Like I said, it was a masterful ball. Diego Gomez did everything right to allow himself the opportunity to go to goal. I feel that maybe last season he takes 2-3 extra touches there, and he kind of winds himself up in his own footwork and either gets dispossessed or takes a touch that's a little bit too heavy and it goes out the back line or goes towards just doesn't create an opportunity. I think this year he's been much more polished and refined with that, and just allowed himself the opportunity to score a goal.
Yeah, it goes back to what we always say when we miss a Messi or we miss a Robert Taylor or any of those guys. The players to make those line breaking runs, most of the time it's been, or a lot of the time it's been Diego Gomez, and that's where I think he's done a complete 180 of the game and of his skill set and stuff like that. Going back to last year, where last year he was reckless at times, didn't have good feel for the game. He was just like all over the place. Now this year, the confidence he had with Paraguay in the tournament to qualify them for the Olympics brought it into Inter Miami and has just taken the number 8 position and ran with it. And with that, he is getting interest from Brighton, and there is talk. So if this was his last game for Inter Miami, what a way to go out.
Yeah, with the Olympics coming up and his departure, his captaining the Paraguay squad in the Olympics,
Mm-hmm.
a showcase like that, where he continues his run of form from the MLS into the Olympics, is going to be nothing short of a shopping spree. Maybe not from the top clubs, but some club in England is going to see him and say, you know what, he can contribute.
Brighton, Hove Albion are in on him. They
Right.
really are.
There's
So
been talks for
this.
a few weeks of him going,
Mm-hmm,
more than a few weeks, maybe about a
mm-hmm,
couple months of him
mm-hmm.
going towards to England. So yeah, if I shy away from naming clubs. You say Brighton.
Yeah,
I shy away just because, I mean, it's a soccer rumor. You know how that.
he confirmed it. He said him and his agent has had talks with them. So we'll see where it goes.
It's serious.
It is.
So okay,
And
that's
and, and and selfishly, I don't want him to go, but I would love to see him thrive in the Premier League.
and I think it's a. You're right. We hate to see him go, but it would be a first for this team to see someone come in and then go to a major league in Europe.
Yep.
And then if this coaching staff, this organization can get their act together in terms of development and just do it on a more consistent basis,
Mm-hmm.
we can be that pipeline that cycles through Inter Miami to senior team to big leagues,
It
where you're cycling talent almost at all times.
it could cycle through U22 initiative. You sign a U22 player from South America or Central America who's promising, who shows potential, and he just meshes well with the team and he clicks and he takes off from here. You're gonna get a lot of Argentinian, uh, Uruguayan, Colombian interest from players, Brazilian interest from players that want to come here and make their name known, produce, and then make the big transfer out.
Right, yeah. The academy and, like you said, those under 22 players would provide this team with endless endless talent um streams,
Yep.
to where you have a core, like right now it's Messi and company, but you have a core, and as you develop, players jump.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good to see Diego continue. He had been in good form before the injury, came back, and it's good to see him, regain that
Yeah.
form.
Yeah.
So perfect strike. We go into the half. It's 1-0. Um, to be honest, I half expected this team to come out and it be just another snooze fest, but it was far from it.
Yeah. I mean, especially Toronto kind of came out. Toronto had some good chances in the first half. Bernadeschi had a very good strike that Calendar made a crazy save on, one-handed parry
Yes,
away save. Credit to
diving to
him.
his right.
Yep. So that was a big moment in that first half. We could have easily been down 1-0, but as you said, we go up 1-0 into the half, and then the second half, Inter Miami kind of like solidified their moments in the game. Redondo was a big part of that. I think he was the man of the match for me and for a lot of
Well, he
people.
had 3 goal contributions.
He did, but he had very important interceptions, tackles won, duels won, making the right pass, just slowing the game down when it needed to be slowed down, and that's what we want to see from him: the maturity to consistently play at that level. And like you said, he had 3 goal contributions, 2 goals, 1 assist. The
Mhm.
first goal came off Julian Gressel off a set piece. Didn't
Beautiful.
ex- didn't expect Redondo to be on the end of it, but he's a big player, plays above his height. Got up there and was able to put it in.
Yeah, it was a cross to the far post.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and when you saw the play, you saw kind of all the Inter Miami players like, "What is this? You overshot everybody!"
Mm-hmm.
And then out of nowhere comes Redondo and heads it home.
Mm-hmm.
Goalie had. I feel like the goalie was almost surprised that he was there, and he looked almost caught off guard.
It was a good header. Hit it with power, with pace. Really, Sean Johnson may have gotten a fingertip on it, but good enough to put us up two. And a great ball from Grussel. Cleared the traffic, was able to get it on to Redondo's head, and Redondo headed it home. So, great play from the Herons there.
Yeah, we go up 2-0 and up 2-0. You would expect a lull in
Just a little slow down.
right in terms of we have the game in control, we're
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Mm-hmm.
but something I was surprised to see in a good way. Team put the pedal to the metal right back, you know, right back to him. If I'm not mistaken, it was Redondo who made a great
Ball
interception
to
tackle.
interception tackle. Then he plays the ball to Diego Gomez on his foot, who all he has to do is tap it across the frame of goal,
Was
and
it
Redondo
Diego or
finish.
was it to
It was
Gressel?
it was Diego.
But I thought Redondo played it to Gressel. Gressel played it to Diego. Diego
Yes,
back.
yes, yes. Gressel played it out to Gomez. Gomez played
Right,
it into Redondo. I
and
think go. I want to say Gomez meant that for Campana, but it
that's
just
what I
came
was
off
gonna
his
say.
his
Yes,
foot came off. It came off his foot a little too hard, so Redondo was just there at the right place at the right time.
that's one of those opportunities where I said he was close yesterday a couple times,
Yeah,
and that was one of those opportunities where
yeah.
he was he was. I feel like if he had made an extra effort in the past, where he
Hmm.
kind of tries too hard, he
Hmm.
tries to go get that and just shanks it because of the awkwardness, puts it over the bar, just kind of a almost like an eagerness to contribute.
I think it was like he had to check off his defender into the space behind him to receive that ball, and in doing so, I think he checked off too far, and that ball just went to where he was before in Redondo. So it's unlucky for Campana, but a great team goal for Inter Miami.
Absolutely, it was very pleasing soccer without Messi
Hmm.
to see that type of build up in the run of play and the ability to create without you know with Messi seeing from the sidelines. Um, and we'll get into Messi in a little bit. Up 3-0. I'll be honest. I said, number one, who is this team? I'm
Hmm.
not used to seeing this from them.
Hmm.
And up 3-0. I said Toronto just looked absolutely defeated.
I mean, they're not very good away from home. They're eighth in the East. I think they're, I want to say, maybe 2-7 on the road or
Well,
something like
once I
that.
saw that and I saw the way that Toronto was playing, I
No,
said,
yeah, their away record is 2-3-7. So
yeah,
it's really nothing surprising. This is a team that Inter Miami should beat with without Messi, and they did so. So credit to them. They only have 2 MLS games coming up with the Leagues Cup right around the corner. Gives Messi, like you said, we'll talk about him, plenty of time to rest that ankle. So we go on from there.
yeah. Everyone saw the grotesque aftermath of his ankle injury
Hmm.
in Copa America. It almost looked
Hmm.
like an elephant's foot
Hmm.
um, while he was on the sideline. Um, Comes back injured in a boot. Um, Rumors say that he has a fracture. Inter Miami says it's just ligament damage. Um,
I
should
do not. I don't think he needs surgery. It's for sure more towards the 5 to 6 week range that he'll be out. Not
right.
there's no way I've had you were there when I had my ankle injury at Bird Lakes.
Yes.
Um, it ended up being an avulsion fracture. Um, my ankle looked like Messi's. My foot was swollen. So 5 to 6 weeks, you know, he'll be out, and then he'll start ramping up some training, and we'll go from there. But expect to be without Messi for a little bit. Granted, it's Leagues Cup games, and we have two Mexican teams, I believe, we have Tigres and somebody else like in Puebla in
Hmm.
our bracket. So we'll see how we play.
Yeah, and with I I'm trying to remember. Do we have the Olympic crew for Leagues Cup
The Olympics start Friday the twenty
Thursday?
sixth. Friday the 26th, or something, or the 26th of July, whenever that may be.
I thought that was let me verify the calendar here. I want to say I thought that was a Thursday. No, you're
It
right.
may
It
be
is
a
a Friday.
Thursday.
No, it is a
Okay.
Friday. I
Okay. Okay.
ironically I was looking a couple of days ago at, and
Hmm.
you're gonna laugh. I was looking at the 2026 World Cup,
Hmm.
uh, and that starts for the USA on a Thursday. It's Thursday. I want to say it's Thursday, Friday, Wednesday.
Okay.
The three games, and I was already prepping to tell my boss, "Hey, listen, I'm gonna need time off during
A
those."
couple days.
Well, no, it's a couple. It's I'm gonna need a few days at the end of each week for 3 weeks.
Okay.
So,
So
and
to
about
answer you,
$15,000.
yeah, to answer your question, about if we're gonna get the Olympic crew back, the Olympics end August the 11th. I don't know. Let me find out. Let me see when the Olympics football final is. What team? I mean, Argentina maybe, but Redondo's an alternate. He may not make the trip.
So how about this? I just saw the schedule right now.
Hmm.
The first game against Puebla, 7:27.
So that's the second day of the Olympics.
So we will be shorthanded a lot.
Friday, August 9th is the men's final. Um, so
Inter Miami only has 3 games.
yeah.
And okay, so the two Mexican teams,
Mhm.
we play the 27th and the 3rd. So for sure we won't have them during those games.
We won't know,
So
no.
it's funny that it's against the two Mexican teams that we will be the most shorthanded, because that's definitely not within the Messi timeline. Um,
So the quarterfinals are August 2nd for the Olympics.
the quarterfinals,
August 2nd.
okay, we might.
And match day 3 of Leagues Cup is the 6th, I believe, of August. So
Yeah,
we'll
but we
see
don't.
how
Inter Miami doesn't play. I only see here the 27th and the
and
3rd.
okay. Okay. So we'll be without them until until at least the 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll see what happens with Paraguay, USA, and Argentina, whether or not Redondo ends up having to go.
Right. Um. Well, so that's the update with the League's Cup, and with Messi. You said it was 5 to 6 weeks away. Um,
That's just
Kristoff went
me.
down during that game. Yes.
Yes, he did. He
That
did.
puts us down two center backs with Noah Allen coming in as a sub.
He held
Um,
his own. So
yeah, he did,
he,
but
he, he did his work. No,
I
I
don't
know,
want
I
him
know,
anywhere
I
near
know.
a starting
I understand.
center back pairing.
I, I understand. I understand.
Um, so instead of needing one center back during this August transfer window,
Hmm.
it appears that Miami needs two. With one rumored was at the game last night. Um, tell us about the new rumored center back, which he almost confirmed yesterday.
Hector Martinez comes, or David Martinez. I'm sorry, Hector David Martinez comes over from River Plate um, as a center back on loan to Inter Miami through 2025,
With an
giving us
option to buy.
with an option to buy at the end of the season, or for the 25 season. Um, Gives us another center back that we should feel. I would say, I don't say feel comfortable or anything like that, but another center back to replace Freire, who just was picking up steam when he went out with his injury. Someone to give Christoph breaks when he needs it, because let's face it, Christoph cannot keep starting the amount of minutes he's playing. So it'll be good. He was not playing a lot with River, so like I said, maybe a fresh start is something that is needed. He was recovering from injury the last 2 seasons, not this season, but 2021, 22, then 22, 23, I believe. And we should feel, like we always welcome a new player with open arms and stuff like that. But it's a position that we need him to thrive at, because it's a position we're very thin at, and our defense has been, for the most part, good. We've had better than last season. Defending
Yes.
set pieces, we're much better at. And like I said, when the midfield plays well, the defense plays well. So it'll be something he should fit in perfectly fine. I feel, having the Argentinian connection with
Toto.
Toto, Chelo, Redondo, all those guys. So it feels like a comfortable fit.
And given the situation, he slides right into the starting lineup.
I believe he does.
Right. So I would say this team is still looking for one. Yes.
I would say so. A bigger name center back, proven winner center back. We were mentioned with Rafael Varane. I don't know where the talks have gone with that. So we're gonna see where the transfer window takes us.
Perfect. Our next game is against the Chicago Fire.
Mm-hmm.
What do you see in the Chicago Fire for the team, and do you think that that's a comfortable game for Martinez to slide into?
Given that the Chicago Fire are currently sitting 13th in the standings with 25 points, and I think it'll be a good game for him to slide in.
I just asked the questions. I know where they stood. I was just asking the questions.
I was just making it known. A team that Inter Miami will beat at home. No, they will. So there are two players that need to be held accountable. All eyes on are Brian Gutierrez, U.S. Men's Youth International. I don't know if he's made his first cap yet. I can't remember. He's definitely made it for the U17 team. He's not going to the Olympics. I know that.
Was he one of the kids that made it onto? I think it was with BJ Callahan, or I don't remember if it was Berhalter, where he called in almost all the kids. It was Vasquez, Jalen Neal,
Well, here we go. I just spoke bad about Chicago Fire, but they just beat FC Cincinnati 1-0.
Yes, they did. They're the ones who allowed us to slide right back into first.
So thank you for allowing us to slide right in. We're going to pummel you 4-0. Thank you for joining us.
That is the hope.
They have Shaqiri. They have Brian Gutierrez, two guys, that are proven players. So just hands on them. Keep your eyes on them.
And Shaqiri just retired from international play, yes?
With Switzerland. Sheridan Shaqiri. Yeah.
I believe
he did. No, yeah. I'm saying yeah. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so great game for Martinez to kind of get his feet wet in the MLS.
Mm-hmm.
We move on to the U.S. men's national team coaching search. No hire as of yet. The new name on the horizon seems to be Patrick Vieira. We'll see where talks go with that. The
Hmm.
other breaking news is the new MLS rules.
Hmm.
You want to talk a little bit about that?
Um, I'm not very knowledgeable in that aspect, but I do have a general, idea of it. It basically is saying that we can feature in this, feature six big time spots for players. So three DPs, three U22s, things like that. So it adds another roster spot for, it takes off any limitations that MLS rosters had before. And this is steps in growing the league and being able to bring in big players for teams.
It also gives you the option of having two DPs and four
Mm-hmm.
U22 initial
U22s,
players,
yep. Mm-hmm.
and the league gives you $2 million in general
In
allocation.
general, yep, 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 yep.
Um, I don't remember who posted it online. It might have been one of the big three for me. Either IMCF Traveler,
Mm-hmm.
um, Cafecito. I forget the
Don Cafecito, Sebastian Munoz, I think his
which
name
one.
is. Don Cafecito.
Don Cafecito, yes, or Scotty Gray. One of the big three put it on where if you buy down Campana,
I think it was Scotty, 100%. I think it was Scotty because I was reading that tweet. Yeah, yeah, because he had, this is to Scotty, credit to him.
yes,
I'm going to read it. Scotty's tweet. He said, me doing mental math. Um, this is in response to Tom Bogart. MLS officially announced roster rule changes. Teams are not permitted either of these two. Three DPs, three U22s, or two DPs, four U22s, plus 2 million general allocation money. Scotty says, buying Dow Campana, use a 2 million in JM to send to do so, and then sign David Martinez as that, and then have one U22 spot available, and then you have two if you sell Gomez.
which we're hoping it's not the. I mean, if it happens, great. If not, I love Gomez on this team, but that would open up two U22 spots with
Mhm.
your two extra U22 spots with your current DPs, which would allow Inter Miami to go shopping at in David Beckham's favorite supermarket, Argentina. Um, that should provide much needed depth. I wouldn't be opposed, although I love Varane, I wouldn't be opposed to bringing in another
A
young,
young,
to
you build a young core with Toto. Um,
Cello,
you have Jello, well, Fagundo Farias, Robert Taylor,
which
Campana, like I
everything I hear
said,
says that
Redondo,
Facundo could be
Bright.
on his way out. No,
No, back.
no, the left back,
Franco Negri
Negri. Everything I've heard rumors that Franco may be on his way out.
as a trade option.
Hmm.
Man, I like Franco Negri.
We've mentioned it on the show that during Alba's injury absence, Negri stepped in and was just absolutely masterful in that spot, almost
Mhm.
unnoticeable, almost the absence of Alba with how great he played during his time away.
Yeah. So we'll see. I haven't heard as many rumors, but we'll see what's in the horizon. Transfer windows surely coming up, so we'll see how active Inter Miami are.
Well, um, we do hope that the front office keeps in mind the holes that the team currently has,
Mhm.
um, especially at center back with the injuries. I don't think we need more firepower up front. In the worst cases, in the worst of cases, I think, like you said, if the midfield plays well, the defense plays well. So I think that midfield reinforcements are never,
A
you know,
bad buy.
right. Exactly.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we have Yannick Bright, who's a great player for us. Redondo's been picking it up, and Kremaski. So we'll see where we head.
Yeah, 3 points. 3 points yesterday. We're looking at 3 points on
Saturday.
Saturday, and we're hoping we see the debut of Hector Martinez. Um, do you have anything else to add, Mr. Gonzalez?
I really hope Jurgen Klopp doesn't take the England job. I know he's not going to, but I know that. I hope we do not hire Gareth Southgate. I think
Listen,
I will punt my laptop into, I don't know how far I can punt it, but we're gonna punt it.
one thing is for certain, you can absolutely bet on the U.S. Soccer Federation to
Having
absolutely
interest.
infuriate and disappoint every single U.S. soccer fan inside of the United States and outside. So just, you know what? I'd just buy a bubble for your laptop, get your shoes ready, because whoever they hire, we are going to hate.
I won't hate Patrick Vieira.
I wouldn't either.
Oh, I won't hate
He
him.
was on our radar. He was on our radar last coaching search.
Yeah, I just can't put my finger around hiring a guy, Southgate, who just, made England look so bad.
Listen, you already know who my pick is. It's not going to happen, but you know who it is.
Pellegrino?
Yes,
Yeah. I'll take Joachim Low, though.
yeah. I'll take scratch my balls and sniff my finger, guy.
He won a World Cup.
He did. No, he's a great coach. I just think, like you said, his vision, his
I'll take, like you said, scratch my balls, pick my nose or whatever, then behind the back bounce pass ball to our throw it in guy.
listen. I'll take mine. I'll take the and those in the Miami area will understand. I will take the Kendall area. I will take the Braddock soccer coach over behind the ball back guy or whatever behind the back ball guy,
Yeah.
whatever the hell, Berhalter, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, an infuriating hire incoming from the U.S. Soccer Federation. Um, you know, I know that we started about a half hour earlier today. We apologize. We should be back on schedule next Thursday. Um, do check us out. It should be live for you guys to watch back. This Friday we should have a this week in Miami. We're looking to go ahead and schedule logistics for that. And then it may be a few Mondays until we see another Dolphins Chronicle. Probably not until training camp starts. Mr. Mark, where can they find you on X?
Right there.
Right there, Mr. Mark. Um, you can find me on at Paramount Pete on X. For Mark and for the rest of the Kendall Sports Network, we thank you for watching and we hope you have a great rest of your Thursday. Have a great one, guys.